if you are looking for someone to help you evaluate practices, someone who is not just an accountant, but also a dentist who's actually owned practices, that's what I do. I help dentists evaluate practices. This is what I love doing. I currently am doing this full time. I really enjoy doing it. I was a practicing dentist up until fairly recently, but I started doing this part-time, and the demand for this has been crazy. There are so many dentists right now that are wanting to buy a practice, and they're just not entirely sure about how much they should spend. They're not entirely sure which practices they should buy. And there's a huge complex of practice brokers, bankers, accountants, lawyers that have kind of cornered this market. And a lot of dentists, they decide they're gonna buy a practice, and they start talking to these representatives, and they refer you to all these other representatives. And before long, you're like way over your head, and you have some practice that you're not even sure if you should actually be buying it. But the way that the system works is they just keep moving you along and moving you along. And it's like, before you know it, you're about to take out a loan for $1 million to buy this practice that you're not even sure that you should buy. You're not even sure if it's gonna be profitable. If you're in that situation, which I'm telling you, there are a lot of people in this situation, reach out, and I would absolutely love to look at that practice with you. That is why I offer this service. I charge a fixed fee, unlike brokers and other people who charge you a percentage. I'm just a fixed fee. That way I'm able to give you good advice. If a practice is smaller, but it looks like, based on these numbers that we've looked at today, that you are going to be able to produce a lot during your first year, those are the types of practices that I want to be able to recommend you buy. Whereas if you talk to someone like a banker who's getting a percentage of the sale price, they're going to be incentivized to have you buy the most expensive practice possible. My goal, on the other hand, is to have you spend the lowest number possible in order to buy a practice where you are going to be making the most money possible. That is what I do. That is how I help dentists. If you're interested, you can find my information in the contact form below.